What is up, guys? Crypto Bera here, back with another market update. And as expected, after the Fed rate cut, we would see a move. That is exactly what happened here. In this case, a move to the downside. So perfectly as predicted, we would have sideways movements until the rate cut, and then a move would happen either to the upside or the downside. In this case, we've moved to the downside, as it looks like the rate cuts were already priced in and didn't lead to a lot of euphoria. So what are we looking at right now? Well, obviously we couldn't flip the box of resistance back into support. We briefly went into it, but then broke down again and are now slowly but steadily moving up. So as you know, the price target of 117k still stands. We broke down from the falling wedge, and it actually looks like we're still going to be moving there. At this moment, we've also bounced perfectly on this ascending line, and we are still currently in a uptrend. So what I expect Bitcoin to do in the short term is simply stay in this uptrend, push towards the resistance levels again, and then flip them in support and continue higher. Because at this point, there is no other signal that prevents Bitcoin from going upwards. So of course, to invalidate this pattern and not head into this direction, we would have to break this uptrend right here. So if that is the case and we do break this uptrend and then retest it and then break down from it, things will be looking a bit more bearish. In that case, we would be moving towards the 113k level, and in a good scenario, bounce cleanly from the support levels. However, I shouldn't immediately panic once we break down this line, because it also could be possible that this is a fake out. We simply go back above and continue the uptrend. So if we take a look at the daily, we obviously broke down of this ascending triangle, have now flipped all of those resistance levels back into supports. And once again, right here, we also briefly touched the support levels, but we haven't broken them yet. Also on the daily, as long as we do not break the uptrend and this line right here, things are still looking good. And I expect us to break through these resistance levels, move back to 118k. And in an ideal situation in the longer term, we're moving back into this ascending triangle. And possibly in the long future, we will also break out of this. But in that case, we would be very close to a bull market top. So also taking a quick look at the ETF inflows, we had a bunch of inflows in the last couple of days, with only the 17th of September having a small outflow that is so small that can actually be completely ignored. Right now, obviously, it is a weekend day, so we won't be seeing the inflows until Monday. Everything here is looking good, having consistent inflows of money coming into Bitcoin. Lastly, taking a look at this tweet about the liquidity heat map with the 6-month liquidations looking juicy and below 90k is inevitable, but the real question is, do we create a new ATH before testing it? So it looks like on the 6-month liquidation heat map, we have a lot of liquidity sitting on the upside right now, but we also have a huge pocket of liquidity to the downside. So if you're familiar with the liquidation heat map, you know Bitcoin often tends to move towards the price where there is the most liquidity. So seeing this, my prediction is that we will definitely head upwards and grab those liquidity levels first before hitting those 90k levels. However, keep in mind, in this case, there is a strong magnetic field at around 90k that is trying to pull Bitcoin down as well. So if we take a look at the price, and we're going to be seeing some very bearish action, then of course 90k is likely. But right now, guys, don't stress out at all. We're still in this uptrend, and as long as we continue this, we will be moving in the direction of around 118 to 120k. So that was a quick update, guys. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.